Hello. Hi, everybody. Comments. Hi, Mary Jane. Hi, Sherry. Yeah. I mean, you guys, I don't want to gain weight. I don't want to get older and gain weight. So In all honesty, I weigh myself almost every day. And then if I, eat a little too much one day, I'm careful the next. Hi, everybody. Hi, Sherry. Hi, Daniel Berry Sports. Mary Jane. I got 12 watching from the wine vineyards. I better not say that in case not all of them drink. Or you can walk through wine vineyards and not be drinking. I'll tell you, it's good exercise to move the waist and everything. I really liked that song. That's Jeremy Black with this kind of, I don't know what, Japanese kind of da-da-da-da-da-da-da in the background. I couldn't understand a single word, but I liked it. I liked the beat. Okay. So a few people are live right now, but that's okay because I need to go live earlier in the day. Tomorrow, do you get a copyright for that one? No, they're all on. Look. See? YouTube library. So you go into your studio and you hit the music one, right? The music icon thing. And all these come up. That last song was called Please Don't Go. And see on the very bottom where the red line is? Where the dot was? Dancing, swimming, riding a bike, best ever. Yeah. And we have a pool here and I used to swim. I'd literally do some laps. I'd do about 12 or 15. It's a medium pool. It's not some long, pool, but it's not a baby pool either. I got one on last 3 lives for my intro. From Studio Library for YouTube, you should not. I've been using this kind of music now for 2 years. Even the, what are their names that I did the dancing in the green outfit to? Now I can't remember the name of the band. All of their music was on here. So, so I've done a lot today, and that's another reason. I got on my bike, I went up, got my blood drawn, right in a fat vein again, right there. And then I rode my bike back, and I was really proud of myself, you guys. I didn't have to massively push, but I was able to go up the entire Woburn Hill, which is nothing but straight up. And I thought I'd have to walk my bike part way, but it was weird. My legs weren't burning like I thought they would be. My heart wasn't beating out of my chest. So I think after 3 weeks and 1 day since my Takotsubo stress-induced heart attack, I was able to keep going, and it was really nice. And it's kind of neat to be able to, not neat, but I'm blessed that I can have a heart attack, hurt the muscle and whatnot, and be able to do what I could do before my heart attack. Now, he wanted to check my liver function and all this, a metabolic thing, because I asked the guy, I said, I think I was here like 6 months ago, and what did I get checked then? And he said, I don't know. And he's just this young guy trying to do his job, right? In StreamYard, where you save a library at. So you go into your studio in YouTube Studio. And you know how when you want to pick your head mod and all these things, and there's community and there's the little movie icon, and all the way down at the bottom is the musical one. And all this stuff comes up, and it's different things every month. That's where I found Akash Gandhi, which, you know, a lot of people liked, especially some of the Australian ladies that used to come over. Where you, yeah. So now when you apply it, right, to your StreamYard, which I can't do, maybe today it might work, but I haven't even tested it out. It maybe with the new iOS it'll work. But this seems to be, instead of logging it in and bringing it over, downloading the audio, you know how to do all that, right? You go to media assets, go all the way down to the bottom on your StreamYard, and it says hit, and then you can go to the library that way and download your music that way. Yeah, it's really nice. Thank God. Take care, Tina. Yeah, yeah. Now, see, the stupid share your referral link with the $ is in the way of your question. Wait, say again, just walk back in. Okay. So if you go on StreamYard, right, like I'm live right now, go to media assets on the right under banners, and you go down to way down at the bottom, and you hit on new song, new whatever, and then it'll take you over to another page that'll take you right to the studio library. Now this is on my other iPad because remember I was struggling, it could still be, but haven't checked, getting music out of this on my lives. It was driving me bonkers. So I'm using the other one. Yeah. So the note. See on the far side there, the little note. Okay, so that's proof I'm on the thing if you just pull it up in Studio. I heard you. Okay. Guess what? What, Sherry? Your lettuce is growing? I was on Sherry's last night, Wild Angels Bucket List of Adventures, and it was fun. I was on there about an hour and a half, trying not to be too loud and giggly and out there because my daughter was sleeping. Guess what? Yeah. Yeah, what? You're confusing me. Oh, ended up. Oh my gosh, you did? It was over a 9-hour live? Holy moly. Well, when I was going to bed, right, because I needed to get to this appointment and everything, set my alarm, take care of the kitties, right, do what I need to do, get myself together, get up there and back. I think did Raider ever come up? Yeah. Wow, that's the longest one you've done yet, or maybe not. Shoot, I think I did an 8-hour live once over a year ago. But yeah, so I'm wearing these flannel shirts a lot because they're light, but they're warm. And I get cold easy. And so I just throw this on, right? And I can hop on my bike with my helmet and I'm like the right temperature because the air is pretty darn cold here, you guys, today. 2 or 3 days ago, it was 70 and it was really nice. But when you're against the wind, you know, lot folks rolled through. Raider came up a few hours later than RC. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. Yeah. Well, we've said so many OMG moments, right? She and I were discussing it on the messenger phone that, I mean, I have hundreds, literally, but throughout all my life, these weird circumstances and things that have happened, but I've shared them all on, you know, Dolly Vision and on here and on her program in the past and wherever else I've been, Morbids and Roses and even Queen Bees. And yeah. So I haven't gone to sleep. Oh my gosh. Well, someday you won't be able to do that. I'm telling you right now, you stay up all night after the age of like 60, you almost feel sick. It's the weirdest thing. Maybe you won't. Maybe it's because I had a heart thing and I didn't even really know how much. But so yeah, but it was fun. It was fun on Sherry. She showed her cute little seeds growing into Roma tomatoes, which by the way is my go-to at the store all the time. They're nice and kind of hardish and plump and sweet, and I always get those. And organic, of course. I've been buying organic for 8 years or so because somebody gave me a little book, or I found it like at the down by the books or something here. There can be up to 3,000 pesticides. Yeah, like there's thousands of pesticides. So you guys, I'm going to read from this book. There's a little more to read this time that I found than the last couple of times, but it's quite interesting. The Colorings of Consciousness. It's from this book, The Wise Heart, with a really kind of neat, I think that's a lotus flower on the front, by Jack Cornfield. And, it has a lot to do with mindfulness. And having a stroke 4 years ago, and then 3 weeks and 1 day ago, having a stress-induced heart attack is just, it's not, I mean, of course I know family is more important and all this, but luckily I haven't always been into like things. I never chased down men with, credit cards, and I've just never been into all that material stuff. Like I'm just not into it. And I'm glad. I'm really glad, because when you're divorced and living on your own and trying to raise a family and whatnot, you can't have all those things that you maybe used to have, or some of them. I never had much, even when I was married, just kind of the basics. And my ex did give me his checkbook while he was at work, and what I splurged on were pictures back in the Kodak days, right? I'd have all these pictures I would send to family all the time. And of course now, right, everyone does it on their phone and this and that. But yeah, so what is she saying? My favorite what? Oh, I just don't. Oh, Roma tomatoes. Yeah, and she's got lettuce and little carrots. I'm trying to remember them all. And cucumbers, which are struggling. Your cucumbers are struggling, I guess. And what was your other one? Oh, sweet potatoes. I wonder if I got them all. Lettuce, sweet potatoes, Roma, tomatoes, carrots, cucumbers, and then these other little, you said, were they potatoes? Or they were tomatoes, yellow tomatoes, and yeah. But anyway, just to get it out of the way, tomorrow morning, I thought my appointment was at 8:40. No, I got to be there at 8:25. So I've got to leave on my bike, because it's uphill too, right by the hospital here in this town, to my cardiologist. And I haven't done a live in a while. I did say it on Sherry's, but I thought I was starting my cardiac rehab tomorrow. No, I'm just meeting with the cardiologist. So the hospital called with the referral, and yeah, it's even at like a different place. It's 8 to 10 weeks only. I said, oh, well, that's good, I guess. I thought I'd have to do this rehab for years or many, many months. She said, no, it's 8 to 10 weeks. And then it's 2 to 3 times a week. So maybe, because it's 2.5 months, I'll really delve in and do the 3 times a week. or if I'm too tired and I have other appointments and stuff and it's just too much. Because you guys, I don't have a car to just hop into. I don't drive. I've had a permit twice when my son was 4, and I just didn't feel I got enough lessons in to be able to get my license. But I see the way people drive, right? I easily could have gotten it, but I was scared. My son was young, and I don't know. So, and now I don't even want it. Although it's like, I mean, if I ride my bike across the intersections where there's lights, 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 these cars, I mean, they just zip in behind you or in front of you. So I walk my bike, and that's what we're supposed to do anyway at the intersections. But oh, green onion watermelon? What on earth is that? Wow. Yeah, but they're the cutest little seed things that she got with these purple lights and stuff, that you can grow inside of your house, off of Amazon. All right, you guys, I'm going to do what I usually do. Anyway, I haven't been here on here actually. It's a week. It was 6 days yesterday, at 7 today. Hi, Truth Seeker. Hello. Because there's just been, it's been a little chaotic. We'll just put it that way. And different people dealing with different situations and going through the beginnings of different things. And, I just didn't really feel like I could do a live, frankly, in here. So I'm hoping, I won't be interrupted. I'm hoping, this will be simple. I've been on a half hour, and I don't know if I'm going to do an hour or what, or if I'm going to stay on a little longer. But yeah, so please hit the like, please subscribe if you're willing to. And I don't know. I mean, I guess I could put it up, but I mean, I shouldn't feel funny about it, you guys, but I still kind of do, putting up a Cash App or PayPal, but I don't have, I'm not monetized. I could have been, 2 years ago, but I couldn't paste the URL, and now I probably could have, and now I don't even want to be monetized. So if you guys want to donate to my channel or help me with my kittens, I've been letting the kittens and all the cats go out on our deck. And they're really, really funny. This little boy was just screaming. I thought he was being melodramatic, right? For the babysitter or his mother. No, he fell on his privates, the poor thing, because I could hear her talking into the phone. But Tulip was just, her ears went down and she zipped into the house, So we had a little motorcycle with a guy on it where you pull it back and it goes. And I thought Parker would have fun playing with the cats with that, besides the dinosaur that we have. We have a dinosaur. I have a video of that. They're really funny, with this walking dinosaur that makes noise and has a light. And he doesn't play with it or anything. So I ran it down and gave it to the little boy. I felt really bad for him, because I guess he scraped himself down there even. It wasn't just like a bump. So, yeah. All right. I can't see chat right now if new people come in or while I'm reading. And so if I miss saying hello, thank you so much for being here and saying hi and hanging out a little bit. And honestly, you guys, I don't read the whole chapter. I find parts that I think are informative and enlightening, and positive, and I read those. And if you listen quite closely, I'll read a little bit slower, because if you just read really quick along, for me anyway, I can't retain hardly what's said. And I always put the avatar on so people can focus more. But this will help your mind, heart, soul, encompassing life, basically, if you retain it and apply it, right? Which I need to do too, to my life. Alrighty then. So this is Colorings of Consciousness. A week ago, I did just consciousness, right? Okay. Consciousness is colored by the states that visit it. States meaning the different, there's healthy states that I'll read about and unhealthy mind states. Okay. All right. When consciousness is colored or conditioned, it acts like particles, arising and passing, taking on whatever qualities happen to arise with it. It can be felt as a succession of discrete moments, each arising from the present conditions of both mind and senses. As with light or sound, the way in which consciousness arises as discrete, particular moments can be observed. Recognize the mental states that fill consciousness. Shift from the unhealthy states to healthy ones. I hope my sound is good. Let me peek in comments. Someone let me know if my sound is good. I'm going to wait and see if somebody can let me know if my sound is good. Because I remember I watched back one of my lives like 2 months ago, and oh my gosh. Talk about glitching constantly. But of course, I was in the living room, and I'm closer to the modem and the router. How is it here, you guys? Is it good? I'm awaiting for a thumbs up or something from anybody. Hello. Hello. How's my sound? How's my sound? Well, here you go again. You say you want your freedom. Well, who am I to lead you down? All right. Thank you. All right. I'm glad it's good. Thank you. All right. So, to help us understand the momentary colorings of consciousness, there's a 3-part system. Okay, it's described as the all system. It encompasses the whole of our human experience. Part 1 includes all the impressions received through our sense doors. This list is short because our sense experience comprises only 6 things: sights, sounds, tastes, smells, touch, bodily perceptions, thoughts, and feelings. It's worth noticing that the mind is considered to be the 6th sense door, receiving thoughts and feelings and intuitions just the way the eye receives sights and the ear receives sounds. Part 2 is comprised of the discrete moments of consciousness that receive each sense experience. For us to experience something, there must arise a moment of consciousness at the sense door. These 6 basic particles of consciousness are individual moments of knowing, called respectively eye, ear, tongue, nose, body, and mind consciousness. Oh dear. Before I read any more, copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purpose such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. With the 6 senses and their individual consciousnesses, we construct our reality, just as an artist can paint the whole world using a combination of the colors red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Healthy and unhealthy mental states, with every sense, impression, and the consciousness that receives it, there arises qualities of mind such as worry,
I want my tortillas now.
Pride, and excitement. They arise between the senses and consciousness and add their color to experience. These mental qualities and what they bring to each experience are critical for our happiness. So the all is sense experiences. Okay, that would be the sights. Colors, shapes, and sizes. It's 3:30 here, and I told him dinner is at 5. Mental states, common mental states such as memory, stability, feeling or tone, pleasant or unpleasant, will or life force. Eye consciousness is seeing, of course. The sounds, tinkling, rattling, talking. Okay, then you've got ear and hearing. Tastes, sour, sweet, bitter. The unhealthy states are grasping, aversion, and delusion give rise to worry, envy, rigidity, agitation, greed, self-centeredness, hate, avarice. Okay, you guys, I've never heard that word before. A-V-A-R-I-C-E. Shamelessness, dullness, close-mindedness, confusion, misperception, recklessness, and others. Okay? And the smells are pungent, fragrant, and delicate. We have bodily perceptions of soft, itchy, or warm. And then we have thoughts and feelings, emotions, images, and ideas. The healthy states of emotions and images are wisdom, love, and generosity, give rise to mindfulness, confidence, graciousness, modesty, joy, insight, flexibility, clarity, equanimity, adaptability, kindness, and others. Although this focus has given rise to many creative therapeutic approaches, it often leaves us entangled in the never-ending production of thoughts and emotions. Stepping back with mindfulness to investigate the play of the mental states themselves, teaching us to release those states that bring sorrow and foster those that create joy. Let's go back to the list of mental factors. The mental factors are divided into 3 groups. First are 13 common and universal qualities that everyone experiences in most moments. They include stability, life force, memory, feeling tone, which is pleasant or unpleasant, will, and recognition. These are the basic operating system of the mind. Seeing how these factors arise, we can understand how the mind receives and processes information in a rapid-fire way. Next, and most importantly, we turn our attention to the mental factors that are subject to training. These are divided into healthy states and unhealthy ones. The unhealthy factors have 3 roots: grasping, aversion, and delusion. From these 3 roots arise states of envy, rigidity, anxiety, dullness, shamelessness, self-centeredness, doubt, agitation, and misperception. We all experience them at times. The stronger these states are, the more extensively we suffer. At their worst, they create psychopathology. Grasping and greed become addiction. Worry becomes paranoia. Shamelessness becomes sociopathy. Aversion becomes hatred and rage. War, violence, racism, exploitation, and injustice are their fruits. The healthy factors have three healthy roots. Three: love, generosity, and mindfulness. From these three roots arise states of clarity, composure, insight, joy, adaptability, confidence, discretion, and balance. Each of these healthy mental states creates a happy and free mind. They grow from mindful attention, and like sunlight on fog, the presence of these healthy states dissolves the unhealthy ones. Almost all of the trainings work to release unhealthy states and cultivate healthy ones. The division of mental qualities into healthy and unhealthy states helps us to see the causes of our happiness and our suffering clearly. It also describes an important psychological truth. Healthy and unhealthy factors are mutually inhibiting. When healthy factors are present, unhealthy ones are not. So when we foster healthy states, unhealthy ones disappear. To work with our mental states, we have to acknowledge how rapidly these states can change, often disappearing without our noticing, because we are not aware of our inner states. We feel controlled by outside influences. The world will alternately please us or be at fault, and we will be caught in habitual grasping or frustration. Training in mindfulness, we learn to be aware of our own mental states without being caught in them. When we look at our own mind, we can notice the mental states that predominate as if we were noticing the weather. Just as a storm can bring rain, wind, and cold, we can observe the clusters of unhealthy states that appear on our bad days. We may find resentment, fear, anger, worry, doubt, envy, or agitation. We can notice how often they arise and how attached we are to their point of view. We can also notice the healthy states in our most free and open-hearted periods. We can notice how love, generosity, flexibility, ease, and simplicity are natural to us. These states are important to notice. They give us trust in our original goodness. Releasing unhealthy conditioning. To become your own psychologist, you don't have to learn some big philosophy. All you have to do is examine your own mind every day. You already examine material things every day. Every morning you check out the food in the refrigerator. Why not check out the state of your mind? Investigating your own mind is much more important. When we learn to be mindful of mental states, we also begin to see the ways that they are habitual, how conditioned they are. Modern neuroscience tells us that our past reactions are engraved onto the synapses that send messages from one neuron to another, making them more likely to send the same message in the future. Paying attention, we recognize how often a moment's experience is followed by an immediate reaction. It can be shocking to realize how impersonal and habitual our responses are. But gradually we realize that mindfulness gives us the option to choose a healthier response. When you have wisdom, contact with experience is like standing at the bottom of a ripe mango tree. We get to choose between the good and rotten mangoes. It is all to your profit, because you know which fruits will make you sick and which are healthy. By training ourselves in mindfulness, we begin to see clearly the healthy and unhealthy fruit. As we practice mindfulness with pleasant and unpleasant experiences, we discover the power of the mindfulness to allow a healthy response to whatever arises. Mindfulness is the king or queen of all the healthy states. It sees what experiences are present and creates the conditions for our natural integrity, love, generosity, and simplicity to arise. With mindfulness of mental states, we can choose whether we practice peace or go to war, whether we want to be imprisoned and stuck or to release the painful states and be healthy. We can let go of the clay and let the gold within us shine. Hello. Hi, everybody. Maybe that'll help you a little bit, Truth Seeker. I know you're going through some stuff. Hi, Radical Rose. Thanks. Yeah, it's been a good week. It's been chaotic around here. You know, I won't get into why, but people trying different meds, blah blah blah, and I've had a lot of appointments. I actually canceled my dental appointment Wednesday because Thursday, meaning today, I had to ride my bike up, get my blood drawn. Tomorrow, I'm seeing my cardiologist. Yeah. So, and then June 4th, I'll be starting the rehab. Yeah. So thanks for being here, Radical Rose. So he's not willing to wait till dinner time because he's done the slim fast for like 3 days. Not just that, he implemented food in, but but the main thing is he feels like he's having all this. So, okay. So anyway, he threatened to call the police on me. This is what I'm dealing with. And we have different foods here, but he doesn't like them that much. But he wanted to do, and I made sure there were tortillas and cheese, right? Things like that, so he could eat something if he didn't stick to the slim fast as long. He likes celery. I bought celery. I have soups. But he's not satisfied. And I'm not going to the store till Saturday. Yeah, I'm getting a ride there. And Sunday, I'm supposed to be going to Dairy Queen with my friend, and we're all going, including him. We're all going to have a nice big lunch and a dessert. And that's a big deal because we don't go to McDonald's and Dairy Queens and things very often, but it's Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day to all you women out there that are mothers or have mothers. So, let's see. He rewatched. We was live last night on my channel. Rewatch if you like. Yeah, yeah. So, what? For the first time ever? Well, he's right. I ignored it, and it stopped sooner than I thought. But it's all. Some people have anxiety, and some people have anxiety slash anger. Right. All right. So, and see, this is why I haven't done a live in like a whole week. Every morning, afternoon, and evening has been, in all honesty, controlled by his emotions. I'm just going to say it, and I really, really hope, and my daughter does too, that she gets this job. She's going to know, not going to say where, what kind of job, but it's a good job and it's fairly close. And the manager is supposed to call her on the third week of this month. And so, and we met her and she wrote down her number again. So, Shaylin is very flexible in her time and everything. And I feel really good about it. I'm 90% sure she's going to get this job and that'll be so good for her. Yeah, it is too bad, isn't it? Hi, Barbara. It is. I mean, you guys, age is nothing. And then he'll make these threats and say, I'm calling my dad and saying you don't feed me. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I just don't have a lot of food right now. We go by food stamps, you know? And actually, I have plenty, but I bought stuff that Shaylin and I like because he wanted to be on this slim fast. Now, hardly nobody can drink 3 of those a day and have no food. He did that for 3 days, and he's doing quite good, quite good. Um, but I can only do what I can do. You know what I mean? And then you're supposed to space
Why didn't you at least
your food and everything apart. Yes, Barbara. Yes. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, between this, my ex, being a single parent, my mom's sicknesses, my sister's, and it's a daily,
Mom's gonna be getting me something.
daily grind every day. I don't drink. I don't do a joint, to take the pressure off. I don't do any of that stuff. I just have to deal with it. But now,
My mom just said she's gonna give
now
me
I just talk. I stay
Just
calm.
give me 2 tortillas.
I don't
It's
react.
okay.
I don't react. The only place they have is like other people that deal with anxiety and issues. It's a support group thing, but he did that like 6 years ago, and it was just five older women or something, and he doesn't never wanted to go back. That's all the kind of thing they have here, especially for adults, right? Kids have more resources than adults with this kind of thing. Yeah.
Did you get the 2 tortillas?
So,
We have 3. That's okay.
all right, you guys. So, before I started my live, I said, please don't interrupt, and he did. He doesn't accept boundaries. All right. So, when he tries to fight with me, he wants me to fight back. And I used to. I used to stick up for myself and everything and get upset. I'm like, who do you think you are? Blah, blah, blah. But that just brings my blood pressure up. I don't do it anymore. I roll with the punches, so to speak. Um, he said 3 days ago he was going to go live with his dad. I didn't even respond. I didn't even say, okay, go, or oh, well. I didn't say anything. It doesn't do any good, you guys. I can't say anything anymore. So, no sound. It's not muted now. Was that before? Yeah, it was muted before because he was, uh, you know. All right, you guys, I'm going to go. It's been exactly an hour and I got to play my little cute tunes. Um, I think I might end it with that little Japanesey one that I danced to. I think it's kind of cool for the people that jumped in later on. So I'm going to turn my camera off, hit the like, please subscribe if you're willing to. Thanks everyone in the bushes and everything. This channel is just impromptu. I'm trying to keep my life stress free. So if any of you are struggling with that, this is a good channel, but this kind of stuff isn't good, right? But my mom's always told me you can only control what you can control. Period. Period. I can't, I can't control anything else. And I'm not going to try. I'm not going to be like, oh, you don't want to live with that person, whatever. People are going to do what they want to do in the long run anyway. And I know all this. I just need to apply it to myself. Because I'm just going to say it, you guys. I told him after my heart attack, when he was starting to get kind of whatever after a week, I said, you're not going to be the death of me. Okay? Period. I deserve to live at least another 20 years, and I can only do so much. I can only, I'm there when his psychiatrist calls and he can't remember what he's on, or he tapered down from, or what he's off from, or why he doesn't know, so I'm part of everything because he wants me to be, and honestly needs me to be. But as far as this kind of stuff, don't worry about me. Don't worry about me. Like in the past, I'd be going out being like, you really blew it, buddy, and that kind of thing. No, no, no. Because I've learned too that he just kind of wants someone to fight with when he's upset. I had a friend like that in Vermont. Every time she had her period, she was in a bad mood. I was never like that, but she was, and she wanted everyone around her to be in a bad mood, whether we were going out for a beer or whatever. And, you know, I just, and I've done a lot. I went for a walk with him, even after my bike ride. He said, I said, you want to go for a walk? He said, no. And then half an hour later, he said, let's go for a walk. I said, okay. He doesn't really like to walk by himself. So I do so much more than many people would even be willing to do. I know that. All right. Thanks everyone for being here. I'm going to play this last song. Hopefully there won't be pounding and knocking. I don't think there will be. Thanks for bearing with me. You see now why I haven't gone live in a good week, because of all of this attitude just going off as antipsychotic and antidepressant. I have been saying, why don't you at least get back on your antidepressant? He won't, but yet he's saying weird things like, oh, I'll call the cops and have them tell me to get back on it. What?
Do not throw away that Slim Fast. I'm going to be pissed.
Why won't it work? That's not it.